Hey everybody, it is Thursday, March 6th, and I wanted to do part 2 of this life update. And for those of you that watched uh, part 1, I appreciate it. I really appreciate the comments, the feedback, the prayers, um, because it was a rather lengthy video. I don't know, I almost deleted it. Tried to break it up, but I figured, hey, if you guys are really genuine, as I know you are, that you would take an interest, and you did. So, yay. Um, let's see. Okay, update on son. He has left yesterday. He made it down to his destination, so he is now in residential treatment. And like I said, it's about 3.5 hours away. So that's the downfall. But he's there, and he'll be there indefinitely for the next 6 months. So, I mean, worst case, they're going to extend it out. It'll be extended out as far as 16 months. But hopefully, 6 months will be pretty much all he needs to be completely rehabilitated so that he can function normally despite his diagnoses. So, as far as my daughter, my 15-year-old daughter has been suffering depression for about 2 years now, and just I would say the past 6 months, it has gotten really, really bad to where she just goes into seclusion. She will stay in her room all day, all night, and we wouldn't even know she was in there. She will come out to eat, and that's just about it. Um, so, yeah. She also has been a victim of bullying. Like my son, she's highly intelligent, and she just cannot take the bullying. This incident, she was hospitalized a little over 2 weeks ago. She gone to her social worker at school and claimed that she would overdose when she came home. She was very distraught, and basically her social worker called me and asked, explained to me what was going on, and as far as she could get out of her, because she was really too shaken to talk to her. But she asked, did I want to come and pick her up, or should she call 911? And I said, hey, go ahead and call 911, because I have to get the little ones ready, and it's going to take me a little bit. And they will already have transported her, to the hospital, and I would be there in a matter of minutes. Once she's there, I know that she's already been treated. So she did that, and I got everybody ready and went and picked up the other girls so that they could help me with the little ones. And so basically she was placed on suicide watch in the hospital and in the ER, in the children's hospital. And so in turn, she was taken to a treatment facility, a residential treatment facility, and she's been there for the past 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, this bullying issue, she had been bullied by just several kids at school. It had even gone as far as the teachers. She even had her friends vouch, and I have given that information to her social worker so that she could take it to the grade level head teacher as well as the principal, because it's just unacceptable. I mean, especially for a teacher to be doing it, that's just, I don't know. Being a teacher, I mean, you come across all kind of kids, but that behavior is unacceptable. Totally. I don't have any respect for that teacher whatsoever. I don't know her personally. Um, as far as having a meeting, because usually what they do is have a meeting to exit the kids, but they try to keep them. But in this case, because she was um, being bullied to the point of suicide, we're not even going that far. She's already going to be withdrawn. I've gotten her things already. She came to me before I even came to her. She talked to me on the phone and said, look, I don't want to go back. I don't even want to go inside the school. Please just get my stuff. You know, talk to them, let them know really what's going on. And, yeah, I don't want to go back. You know, she wanted to take her test. They had testing this past week. She wanted to take her test. And that's it. Because tomorrow starts, or actually today is their last day. They will be going on spring break. So that's what she was anticipating. But because she's still in the hospital, that didn't happen. So I am going to take her out, well, withdraw her formally after spring break and go from there. I don't know. I may just keep her at home and homeschool her. It just depends on how she's feeling about that. Or I may just send her to a local public school for the next couple of months and see how she does there. As far as her hospital stay, she has been diagnosed with mood disorder as well as bipolar and depression. So she is being treated for this. Again, you know, like my son, um, I have mixed feelings about the medication, but also being a nurse, yes, I have a uh, dual degree. But yeah, as far as, you know, being a nurse, I know the importance and the benefits of being on medication. So some people actually do need them. Some people can actually take them and function and eventually wean themselves off, whereas others have to take them for the rest of their lives. Either way, no problem. Um, but the whole spectrum of things is she needs to be well and healthy. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. And she needs to be able to function in life, um, in a normal environment, not going in and out of the hospital. She's not an extremist son, but the things that she has, dealt with just the past couple of years, the results, her grades had slipped tremendously. She's still struggling in her strongest subject, which is math. She's actually AP classes. This is AP geometry. She's still struggling, and that's just because she just stopped doing the work and claimed that it was too hard, but she just really stopped doing it. Um, she, let's see, how else was she? She really, I mean, she would talk about it, but not to the point where I could really seek counsel. She was not wanting to seek any counseling, and I suggested family counseling, which we are going to go forward with, just because I'm having issues with the other kids as well. Um, but seriously, she had gone as far as cutting herself. And so once I found that out, I knew that she really needed the help. But again, I could not force her because she hadn't had any attempts other than that, and it wasn't to where I would have to call and seek 911. for treatment. So it wasn't extreme, but it was there. Um, so I encouraged her to talk as much as she could about it, as well as just taking anything that I could, that, razors and knives and just anything. And for her, it could be a nail clipper, it could be scissors, it could be, what do you call it, a needle, a sewing needle, a safety pin, or a thumbtack. So it's really hard to kind of keep watch on things like that. I even suspect maybe a paper clip. I don't know, because when people are to that point, they will find anything. And right now she is, because she's being treated, the meds are very effective in helping her, but she is now scratching. So over time, the the meds will just totally take control, and that will lessen the scratching incidents that she's doing. She's also been diagnosed OCD, and that is obsessive compulsive disorder. And honest, she got that from me because I have OCD, and I used to have it really bad. Clean freak. I mean, I would have to vacuum my house like 5 times a day. I mean, I knew I did it, but I had to go over it, make sure it was clean, and then I had to go over it again because somebody walked on it, and yeah. Um, Same thing with mopping. I would have to mop, every day, sometimes twice a day. I still mop like that, but it's not excessive. I don't vacuum like that anymore. I had to kind of retrain my brain, but there are still things that I struggle with, being OCD, and that's just a whole issue in itself. I think, I don't know, the kids did recognize it, and they would stop me when I would, get in that mode. But I didn't think it was to where they picked up on it. It's not something that, it's not, it's genetics. So it's not like she caught it. It's just something that, something that's genetically within you. Um, like I said, I try not to let it take over my life, but there are still little things like, if I buy a magazine, somebody reads the magazine, I can't read it anymore. Or I can't read it. If they read it first, I can't read it. It's just, I have to try really, really hard. Same thing with the newspaper. I don't know, if I buy a Sunday paper and somebody touches it, they read it, or whatever, I can't. I have to get a new one. And I don't know, like I said, I had to find out the hard way it's OCD. Um, and I know a lot of gifted people suffer from that, behavior. So, like I said, I deal with it, pretty much the best way I can. I try not to stress. Sometimes it's a mess, and like now the house is like in total disarray, and it's really driving me crazy. But I haven't. I've made a lot of progress, so I'm pretty much calm, and that's how she deals with things. If it's really, really chaotic, or people are really bothering her, if they want to talk to her certain times, she just does not want to be bothered, and she just really will just blow up. She won't talk other than that. So it's hard to reach out to her. I know she needs the help, but if she's not coming forward, I can't help her any more than I am. And that's the hard part about it. Like I said, she didn't want counseling. I can't force her to go to counseling. It's a good thing that she had gone to her social worker, and she knows that she can turn to somebody certain times. Because if nobody was there to listen, then, who knows what would have happened. Um, I don't suffer from any other disorders, so I can say, that she did not get from me. Depression, I know, runs in her father's side of the family. He is um, oftentimes depressed. Also, ADHD. And that's kind of where we think son's genetic disposition for it came from. All of the males in his family tend to have some sort of mood disorder or they're emotionally disturbed in some sort of way. I think it has to do with their upbringing. They dealt with alcoholism in their family, so that might be what is affecting my daughter as well. We don't know as far as we can determine. It's just a matter of watching her and keeping her counseled. So she will be in therapy after she is released. And on that note, she has been discharged. I just wanted to get this video done because I didn't want to make it while she was here. And it would be, a couple weeks before I would be able to make this video. So, it's definitely not going to be as long as the other one. But I just want to kind of get that out there and let you guys know that that is, again, part of what I've been dealing with at home. There's some more things that, some more issues that have come up that I've been dealing with, along with, the kids and the hospitalizations and, things like that. But I think these two are, a little more priority. But yeah, they keep me busy and I worry about them all the time because, they shouldn't be bullied. Again, no child should be. There's just not an excuse for that. There's no room for that. I teach my kids, everybody's different in every way. Everybody's an individual, and there's no need to disrespect anybody like that. Whether they're, you know, highly intelligent or, low intelligence or, rich poor type thing. I mean, just because somebody has more, somebody has less, what have you, that is not a reason to make fun of anybody. We've been in both sides of the spectrum, and, they know better. We deal with a diverse amount of people. We always meet people of different cultures. My kids are not, they're very well versed in cultural differences. I say we have a rainbow of friends from different, not just different states, different countries. My kids would befriend a child because they look different on purpose. And those have been some of the most genuine friendships they have. We have a friend from India. They've been friends since my 15-year-old. She's been friends with the little girl since they were in kindergarten. And they moved from California, and so did we. And they didn't know anybody, and they've been friends. And so, coincidentally, I love Indian food, so Mom would always cook for us. And yeah, oh, I have a baby crying now. But so they know, bullying is just not the way to go, and they are aware of how to cope now. It was a little rocky start with her, especially we had a therapy session over the phone, and she was not really receptive to coping skills. She has to be able to come and talk to me, and she really just flat out said, I'm not going to talk to my mom, and it just went downhill from there. I had to tell her, look, when you're ready to talk, you can call me back. But, we talked about it. She called me back. We talked about it. And she knows that she has to have me here, and I have to be able to communicate with her. She has to be open and honest. So I will go and pick her up shortly and move forward. The one thing they recommended was a partial outpatient hospitalization. The only thing with that is she would be going to a treatment center where my son went last month in San Antonio, but it would be a day thing, and I would have to take her back and forth every day, pick her up, drop her off, that type of thing, and I can't do that. It's too far to be traveling that distance every day. So we're going to look at an alternative. Once I go for discharge in a little bit, I'll find out what we can do in town as far as getting her seen. If it's a daily therapy, we may have to go that route. So it's a little bit more wear and tear on me because I have to make sure she's, still up on school and she's getting to her therapy sessions as well as any other, activity that the other kids have. So, yeah, quite busy. I'm so looking forward to summer. I'm looking forward to spring break. They are going with their dad next week. So I'll get a little bit of a break. I can come back and do a few more videos that I've been wanting to do, and probably another update just on the family in general. But I mean, like I said, if there's anybody that is watching this video and has dealt with this, especially with a child of this age, I have a hard time finding anybody that has kids like my age, because I have two different age groups of children, being 19, 17, 15, 14, 11. The twins are 3. I have a 24-month-old and a 3-month-old. I pretty much know different behaviors, attitudes, how to deal with them. But things like this, I have to kind of reach out because I just don't know where to turn. So if you guys have any stories, comments, suggestions on coping, or just your own ideas, please let me know. Any sort of resources that can help us, her, him, the family. Just let me know. Give me a comment, and I thank you guys for all your prayers, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.